See, when I am doing a job as a doctor, majority of the country is very happy that, hey, I'm doing something to help somebody. That is why I wrote in that piece also, on an ordinary day, it is different. So ordinary day, when I'm not doing anything and I'm on a street, nobody knows me, isn't it? Why do you need that distinction? Why that schizophrenia? I mean, we all know that in a crisis, Malaysians always come together. To celebrate something, Malaysians always come together. Why can't we come together on an ordinary day when there's nothing to celebrate, there's no crisis? Why on that day you bring in all these restrictions? And one of the other messages that I sent nation builders is, just imagine if Malaysia became that polarized and somebody like Charlene Zulkifli won a rolling medal and only the Malays clapped, or Lee Chong Wei won a badminton medal and only the Chinese clapped, or Spider Armugam made a fantastic save and only the Indian said, well done Machan, Where's the meaning? We are not a country. But I think we are more than that now. Malaysia, over the years, it's one of the best. I've worked overseas, I've studied overseas and done. It's one of the best countries to be in. Barring this evolving little bit of uncertainties. No, that's what I said. It's being politicized for all the wrong reasons. On the ground, the rakyat, we don't have any problem with each other. Tomorrow I'll go and eat in a Chinese shop. I love Malay food. Some of my best friends are Malays. We have no issues. But unfortunately, two things now. One is the advent of some kind of radical philosophy. People wanting one particular kind of philosophy to progress at the cost of others, which I think is not necessary, number one. Number two is using race and religion for either individual or personal benefit, or to benefit a particular community or a party or something. I think we should be allowed that. 67 years is a long time. So when we see somebody, we only see a patient who is unwell. The last thing on many doctors, not just me, on 99% of the doctors, the last thing on their mind will be what race, what religion. It doesn't matter. You have a heart problem, you see a heart doctor. You have a leg problem, you see an orthopedic doctor. That's it, simple, Fortunately, I think the fraternity of medicine has grown up that way. So even today, if there is one profession which is the least tainted by all this, I think it's medicine. And I just hope it continues that way, because that's what the people deserve. It is not an isolated incident. Every day, every hour, in every hospital in this country, there are multi-ethnic, multi-religious teams looking after patients of a different religion. You go out to the OT now, you will see one Chinese doctor with an Indian nurse operating on a Malay patient. So it is a fact of life in Malaysia, and I think we are very fortunate to have that. But somehow, I think people take it for granted. They don't understand the impact or the importance of such unity. This text or even that article is not an isolated incident. It happens every day, every hour, in every hospital in Malaysia. So somehow that equation should not be disturbed. I think we should preserve it at all costs. Because there are all kinds of things happening to do this ABCDE, which is based on division rather than unity. If all that comes into being, then it's disappointing. So we are all privileged to do the things that we do, but let's keep it amicable. That is the most important thing. And I think as a country, we are very fortunate that we are only 3 major races. You go to America, there are probably 30, 40, 50 starting from every country in Europe to every country in the world. So there are maybe 50 types of, ethnic groups that they have to look after. Yeah, basically we have 3 major and a few minor. If we can't get our act together, there's something wrong. That is something that, you see, I think, to be very honest, the average Malaysian is getting tired of this petty politics. And we don't care. Whether certain things are done for certain benefit or not. And the fact also remains that whichever person is in power, the ordinary lives don't change very much. Tomorrow, if we get a new Prime Minister, your tax is going to be the same. Your tax is going to be used for the same purposes.
True.
Isn't it? So, I don't know. So we have to take into consideration all that.